Good morning and welcome to this Magic Monday. For all the new people, welcome. It's lovely to have lots of new faces in the group. And just a quick introduction, if you haven't seen the original kind of Magic Monday, what it's all about. Basically, what we do every Monday is we come together, and co-regulate. This is basically the idea of this. Helping you feel like you're not on your own is such an important part of this process. Like, here to hold you, hold the space. Doesn't matter how you turn up. Um, it's important that you just turn up and do these things. So what I start with is a guided meditation to kind of help your nervous system settle down, after busy weeks, whether you've had your kids or not, a busy weekend, sorry. Monday morning can feel like you either completely shut down because it was so stressful, or you were lonely, or you've got grief coming up, all that kind of stuff. So we settle the nervous system with like a 15-20 minute meditation where I invite you to come into something called the Magic Clubhouse. And this is myself. I always forget this bit. There we go. This is it has three main purposes. It's a protective space. So the outside of this building, if you imagine like a force field, is all the way around the outside. So when you come in, nothing that isn't invited can come in with you. So all of the different things that are pulling at your attention, they just fizzle away. So it's like an energetic tool to help you feel safe. The second part of it is it's filled with compassion. So even if you cannot be kind to yourself, you can't not when you come inside the Magic Divorce Clubhouse, because it's a space which is filled with love and kindness. So it doesn't matter what you're feeling, you come in and then you're being wrapped up in this energy. And I ask you to visualize that. And then the third part of it is there's a magnetizing element. So whatever it is that you want to call into your life, you've got this, it's like you're being covered in this sticky energy that is going to start calling in the things. So when we go into what it's kind of like manifesting, or you can call it scripting, or even just telling your subconscious what it is you want so that your body knows, or your brain and your body working together know what it is that you're trying to call in. And for this, we try very hard to keep it positive. So if you're like, I just want my ex to disappear, the alternative to that, we wouldn't write that down. We'd write down all the things that you would feel if that were the case. Like, how do you feel because they're no longer bothering you as much? We'll write that down. So I'm so happy and grateful that I feel calm and settled. I feel complete freedom to do whatever it is I want, in my life. And then just let your brain go there and really write out all the things that you would love your life to look like. Write it down. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted you to know is that for my own trauma, I got heavily into something called body work. So if you went to an acupuncturist, they learn where all of these points are in the body, but you don't have to use a needle, you can use your fingers. So that is kind of what a bodywork person will do. If you were going to go and see them, you tell them what's wrong, they'll prod you in certain places to help you with this. And so sometimes I will guide you and say, today we're working with a certain point. And at the moment, we're working with something called the lung channel, which is all about refinement, but it's also about protecting the lungs. So, as we're going into winter, this is a really good channel to work with, because we're building our strength in terms of, the first time you get sick, you tend to breathe it in and it goes into the lungs. But the other side of this is it's not just protecting from the inside, it's protecting from the outside. So energetically, we are building up resilience in terms of being able to set boundaries and feeling safe to do that kind of thing, and start looking at what is it that really matters to you so that you can protect yourself as you're going through divorce, because it is well, it's the most challenging thing I ever went through. So, if you're feeling like that, then don't worry, you're not alone. Okay, I'm going to give my screen a rub because it's looking very grainy today. Not to worry. Okay, and we'll just go into this. So what you will need is a notepad. And the type of notepad I have has notes on one side and then on the other side, a little to-do list. So once I've done my kind of dreaming, I'll have a little think about 3 things I could do this week that will get me closer to that side. Don't overthink it. We're just going to have a go. And if you can't think of anything after this, you're going to go and sit with ChatGPT and dictate into chat what it is you want to call in. And it will give you 3 things that you could do this week. Okay. So get yourself in a comfy position. I always have a blanket just so that I'm feeling extra protected and wrapped up and grounded. And if you want to lay down, you can do that. Okay.